of Portland Airport, heading out to San Francisco. And I just arrived to San Francisco. It's this nice sunny day. So TeachFest is like a 4-day event. You arrive on Thursday evening and then leave on Sunday morning. So I guess it's more of like 3 full days of working and learning with other teachers. So anyway, I got there on Thursday early, so I got an early flight so that I could meet up with some people in some ed tech companies down in the Bay Area. So, I mean, I always want to stay curious, innovative, and excited about my career. So one of the ways to do that is to surround yourself with ambitious people who are doing amazing things. So I got to travel with Lisa, who I used to work with at a middle school in the area that I live, and we flew into San Francisco together and visited a few companies while we were there. The first stop that I made was in downtown San Francisco. Had lunch with a friend, Jeremy, from the company Wellness FX, and he was really excited about the company he's working for. He's only been working there for probably a few months now. So Jeremy is a Ruby on Rails developer, and the company Wellness FX has only about 20 employees, but it's an innovative way to track your health data from your blood. So you actually get to keep your data opposed to having to go to your doctor and ask permission to see your data and only have them release a certain amount of your data to you and explain it to you. You actually get to keep all of that information, and you get to see any changes over time if you go get your blood work done regularly. So it was really interesting learning from him. So it was great that you could see he was really passionate and really cared about what he did, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun for him working for that company, and I learned a lot from him. One of the companies that we visited was ClassDojo, and the ClassDojo, if you're not familiar, they started the company by asking teachers what their #1 challenge is that they face. And the overwhelming response that teachers gave was classroom management and student behavior. So that's how ClassDojo began. So with ClassDojo, students get to choose an avatar, and they can actually customize it to represent them, and when they do good things, then they earn points for good behaviors, and they can lose points if they're not behaving to what the teacher expects. So it's a great way for students to track behaviors themselves, or teachers to track student behavior over time, and to share the results with parents. And so we got to talk with the company a little bit, with actually Monica showed us around and showed us some letters that students had sent to the company, and you could tell ClassDojo is really proud of all the positive feedback they get from their students and teachers. Monica showed us a large poster that celebrated student achievement. It said 10,000 points earned, and it had each student's name with how many points they had earned. And I really love that ClassDojo champions teachers and encourages feedback. They gave us a sneak peek at some of the new features while we were there. Liam, one of the co-founders, took us onto the rooftop patio overlooking the city on an uncharacteristically hot day. It was pretty warm, but we had a great conversation with Liam, and I just always appreciate the insight that he brings, and the interesting things that we get to talk to him about. Had a great time talking with ClassDojo. So after that, we got some blue raspberry ices at 7-Eleven and headed to our last stop of the day, which was Remind101. And they're in a great location right between South Park in San Francisco and AT&T Park, where the Giants play. So Remind101 is an intuitive and easy to use system that enables you to send text messages or emails to parents and students without having to trade phone numbers or emails. So Brett and Christine sat down with us to get our feedback on some of the site updates and their new Android app that they're releasing. We snacked on trail mix as we had some great discussions about communication with students and parents. They also showed us a really cool testimonial video. It was really fun to hear about some of the things that they're doing and the excitement they had for their company. So we had a really great time just having discussions and getting to see what life was like living in the education startup world. So by the time we got back to the hotel, the welcome dinner was already underway. So we picked up our welcome packet and got to talk to other teachers and just really amazing, interesting people we got to meet at TeachFest. So, for example, I got to meet Luciano from New York. He's a former Jeopardy champion and also one of the inspiring morning speakers at TeachFest during the breakfast on one of the days. Eric Nentrup, he arrived and told me that he had just gotten there and he left straight from his school and was on the plane within like 30-something minutes just as the plane was boarding. So that was kind of an omen for what it would be like for him during that whole weekend. So Eric was also in my small book talk group, so I got to know him really well. So I also got to meet Jen Medberry from Kickboard, and she was there just for a little while as a friend of LearnZillion. She's from New Orleans, and it was really amazing talking to her. And she was teaching another teacher how to create a Twitter account and talking all about what are the benefits of using Twitter as an educator. So that was really neat to see. And she was really passionate about Kickboard, which is a really great site if you haven't checked them out. So Kickboard makes it easy to track student progress, and it was just a great conversation with Jen, and I had a great time just meeting all the teachers there in the initial night. Just the excitement for TeachFest, you could tell, was going to be a really awesome and a fun experience. Anyway, I went back and I was really tired, exhausted from a long day. Got up really early for my flight, as many people did, so I was eager to go to bed. And I'll talk a little bit more about the next day, and you can watch on the next video.